Today, I'm joined by Gissoo DeCotiis, Head of Global Advocacy Oncology at Daiichi Sankyo. Gissoo, welcome.
Thank you, Dalila. Glad to be here.
We have so many things in common, and we work with developing medicine for patients. Where do you find the most meaning in your work?
On a recent conference where we announced data results, there were a lot of patients in the audience, but they didn't really realize what the presentation from the podium was all about until we had a meeting with them afterwards. You know, my team and I have over 900 meetings with patients on a yearly basis, but this one was really touching because when we explained to them what the announcement meant to them as metastatic breast cancer patients, they all started crying because it was really about living longer and quality of life, which is what everybody's looking for.
That was indeed a very important moment to see those results.
It was amazing. It still makes me cry when I think about it.
In your interpretation, what crafts means to you in the ecosystem of what you do at Daiichi Sankyo?
Craft means to bring your personal self and all your talents to the kind of work that we do. My craft is really translating science into patient language. Patients, especially cancer patients, really need to understand what's happening to them, and the science is sometimes outside of their reach. So I see my role as translating the science into language that patients can understand and can become empowered to utilize to be more engaged in their healthcare.
I can really relate to that. Translating, English is not my first language.
English is not my first language either, so I understand when it is not understandable.
How did you come to advocate for patients?
I worked in the finance industry for many years, and my brother actually passed away from cancer, and I decided to make a change in career to help people like my family, where we didn't really understand what the physicians were telling us or how we could help my brother live longer. The work that I do every day, it brings me closer to my brother, but also it helps other patients and other families that may be going through the same thing. I realized 20 some odd years ago that we couldn't be the only family that was going through this. So I thought I could make a difference for patients, making those changes from the inside out.
I really appreciate the fact that you, starting from a personal experience and bringing that experience to a broader number of people like your brother. Could you speak a little bit about the role of patients' advocacy?
My team and I work with patient advocacy groups that focus on what's important for patients. They help bring the lived experience of patients into focus. The way we work with them is really bring patient-specific information and insights into clinical trial development, looking at protocols, looking at the number of times that patients may have to come to get their blood work done or imaging done, and how can we make it better for them. So we're trying to make it easier on patients to be more involved in clinical trials.
And that information that you bring, it's invaluable information to the community of people that we serve.
And it brings that compassion for patients to life. It is our tagline, and how we live it is really important to show it every day. In the next episode of Where Craft Meets, I'll be speaking with Faye Dunbar, Head of Inclusion and Diversity at Daiichi Sankyo.